kusog lang ka akong sounds. So strong, lasting for so long. Sige. Okay. Okay. So, first that we are going to do is, we are going to elect kung unsa gitawag nato na router ID. So, remember, we have a router ID, right? And that router ID is an ID, is a number intended for each router. Okay? So, kung router ID niya, amo nang iplano nato nga kung mao siyang first router na to, this will be 1.1, and the format of the router ID is just like an IP address, right? So let's say for example 1.1.1.1, so it looks like an IP address but it's an ID. So since we are using this one, this is 1, 2 and 3, right? This is router 1, router 2, and router 3. Okay, router 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So ana na lang ang atong kwan. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So mauna lang na itong router ID. So to do that, ito i-configure ko ng host name, okay, ASBR. Okay, then matagtag command router OSPF 1, then router ID of 1.1.1.1 gets, okay, then network what, 10.10.10.10.0 network with the 0.0.0.3 area wildcard mask. And if you're going to enter this one incomplete pa kay wala pa ta ka area, no? So that's why we're going to put an area to where this is the backbone, so area 0 ni, no? Then at the other side we're going to configure this one also as router 2, right? So host name lang nato, host name ABR1, enter, then router OSPF 1, then router ID of 2.2.2.2, enter, the network of 10.10.10.0 0.0.0.3, correct? Then area what? Area 0. Okay? Ano na to kung kuan ba? Okay, there's adjacency already. Kani siya. Okay, sakto. So, if we do that, ato sa configure po ng usa para ma-include siya sa area 0. Okay? Quite simple. Pareho ra man gyapon sa ubang protocol nga gi-configure nato, but this time lahi ang ilang explanation, lahi ang ilang processes, no? So tanan nato, this is router, host name ABR2, then router OSPF 1, router ID of 3.3.3.3, then network of 11.11.11.0 0.0.0.3 area 0. So we are expecting an adjacency. Now take note, when you read adjacency here, this is OSPF 5, that is adjacency change with process 1, diba? Process 1 man tatong gihatag. Then we have the router ID of 1.1.1.1 on serial 001. So pasabutan na, we have connection from here to there. Okay, if ever you did not put your router ID here, so basically unsa tong process ato during the explanation sa atong OSPF single area, na kung di ka kuno mabutang ang router ID, the router will be the one to elect a router ID for you, and that router ID will be the highest IP address between the networks that you have. So unsa pinaka highest IP address? Syempre ang 10.10.10.1. So mo ni makita nimo diri 10.10.10.1. So mingon siya nga ISPF adjacency change process number 1 connected to 10.10.10.1 on serial 001. So ang 10.10.10.1 kuno is connected at serial 001 from loading to full adjacency. So that's how we read this information here. And syempre, not reading but also understanding. Okay? So, do show run na to. Do show run. Okay, so everything is set up already. Look at that. So, na ko yung router ID, etc. etc. Then, we will look at the IP route. Okay, the routing table. So, do show IP. Do show IP route. Now, let's try to read. Supposed to be kabalo na mo kuan ano mo read o tawagan ni mo read o routing table. Okay, so we are now connected. This is the entry of our routing table in this router sa ABR1. Okay, wala pa kaayo, not much kay duwa pa man ka router ang gi-connect. So sir, where is the OSPF? So basically, OSPF is not yet applied in between. Why? Because they are connected with one pa ni sila kanang link local pa nilang gigamit. So OSPF will be implemented if it is already on the other router. Okay? Sige, we'll try to configure the other router so that we can see what's going on there. Okay, here pasaylo sa akong kwan kay hinay jud kaayo. I don't know why naghinay ni siya. Okay, enable config t. Then we're going to configure the int se0.0.0, then IP add 192.168.1.2 255.255.255.0. Okay, enter, no shot. So we're going to configure this one also. Okay, int se0.0.0